Welcome to the Peak District and welcome to the banks of the Kinder Reservoir. I'm here with my daughter Amy. Say hello, Amy.
Hello.
And the plan tonight is to camp up near a spot on Kinder called the Mermaid's Pool. Now the Mermaid's Pool is just down from a spot called Charger Rock, and this particular side of Kinder has some nice spots that have got mystical significance. The Mermaid's Pool I'll tell you more about later on, but now I'm on the subject. Charger Rock is a sacred spot for the Aetherius Society, and the Aetherius Society was founded by a gentleman called George King in a year that I've now forgot. And basically the Aetherius Society believe that at a particular time in 2015, that is when the world ends, and they'll be evacuated by aliens from Venus, and they have particular what they call magic mountains around the world, and Kinder Scout is one of the magic mountains. And hopefully I'm pointing and you'll be able to see now, straight on. What I'll do is I'll flash you a picture on screen now, and you'll see that there is a white cross with the initials GK for George King. And it's this spot here on the western edge of Kinder where the Aetherius Society believe that at some particular date in 2015, which I've not found out yet, they're going to be evacuated. So I say we plan a massive Peak District get together on that particular night, and we'll camp up there and we can all take photos and do time lapse of the spaceship arriving. Anyway, Kinder Reservoir. We're going to continue on now to the bottom of Jacob's Clough. We're going to cross the bridge and follow the path to the point where we have to go off piste up towards the Mermaid's Pool. Join us further on. Welcome back. So we've walked up from the very base of Jacob's Clough and we've come up to around about the same height as Mermaid's Pool and worked our way along following sheep tracks, and it's turned into a stunning evening. It was forecast to do actually, so it's going to be a great one I think. So obviously you've got Kinder Reservoir down there, and you've got Mount Famine over that way, Kinder Low End, Kinder Low, and then around this way, just round the corner, you've got the Downfall, and just down there is Mermaid's Pool. But it's a stunning evening. I just thought I'd turn the camera back on again because the sun is casting a great light across the landscape. And this is a side to Kinder that I've only ever seen a few times before. And the last time I came down to Mermaid's Pool it was really misty, so I've not actually seen the full vistas from the side of the pool itself. I can't count how many times I've walked along the edge path. Me and my friend Steve-O came and did it pretty much every week for around about a year and a half. So all the views from the top are familiar, but looking up is something that I've not seen in decent conditions. How's it going, Amy? Good? You tired yet?
No.
No? Right. Let's get going and we can have some food and some treats when we get there, yeah?
What kind of treats?
What kind of treats? Well, crisps, and you've got hot chocolate with marshmallows.
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah. Alright, let's do it then. Whew. Right, so we're here now, and that is a view. And that is a view, or an angle of Kinder Downfall that I've not seen this close before. As I said earlier on, the last time I was here, we were in the cloud, so that is some view. Alright, I'm going to pan around now. My very good friend Pilgrim Chris and I camped just up there on the first night of the Pennine Way. We walked up from Edale and just camped up there, and then started day one afterwards. Got a head start, and we're going to come back round again. There is Mermaid's Pool, although there doesn't look to be any mermaids in it at this precise moment in time. There, right, you have to forgive me now, I'm just going to zoom in. There is Amy. Wave! She's ready for some treats, you can tell, can't you? So there's the Mermaid's Pool, and then down to Kinder Reservoir. And it's quite hazy actually in the distance at the moment. The sun was out, but the cloud has come across at the moment. But hopefully it'll clear, or at least thin, for when the sun sets. Right, we'll come back round again. That is the spot I was talking about before, where there's the Charger Rock. But as I'm zoomed in, we'll take this opportunity to check out Kinder Downfall. Regulars to this area will know that when the water is coming off the plateau there, if the wind is coming in the right direction, which it is today, it's coming from the west blowing towards the east, and it funnels up this little valley here, and the waterfall goes into reverse. But as it is the height of summer, it's quite dry. So I don't think we're going to find a better place to camp than this. It's pretty flat. What do you think? Is it time to set the tents up? Let's do it. Right, welcome back to our little camp spot near Mermaid's Pool. I'm going to turn around. You can see Amy there.
Who needs to buy a midge net? Well, I've got this bag.
What she's done is, I've cracked out these pots that I've got, and she's improvised by using the sack as a midge net. We tried to get a midge net because I did have
I
one.
look stupid, but who cares? No one's here.
Yeah. So thankfully the midges aren't so bad now, are they?
No.
When we were setting the tent up over that sort of way, the midges were terrible, and it was getting quite annoying, wasn't it?
Want to move it slightly?
So as you can tell, I've got my hat on. I'm all gloved up now as well. Zips right up to try and keep the midges away. We have got insect repellent, but it's never any good, is it really?
I think it attracts them.
I think it probably does attract them, yeah. They seem to be, what I'll do is I'll take you over to the tent now. The trusty Zephyros. I'll just sort the focus out for you. Right, the trusty Zephyros. And we were camped just a little bit further over here initially. I thought I'll try and be out of the worst of the wind, although tonight the wind is the friend, because I wanted to have the door facing that away so I could see that awesome view. But as we're out of the wind a little bit, we're obviously getting attacked by the midges. But thankfully the wind's a wee bit stronger now. I'll just bring you back. Yeah, so I thought I'd pitch into the wind, or the door into the wind, to try and get the midges out of the way. you drinking that through the thing. Excellent. Why not? Right, so firstly it's going to be brew time, and then after that it's going to be noodle tomato creation time. Okay. Whose drinks whose there, do you think? Who gets the coffee without milk, and who gets the hot chocolate with the marshmallows? You. Right. Oh, look at that. It's looking good. It's looking good. Right, we'll try that again. Like that. That's what I meant to do. Focus pull. I wish I had a better lens. Go on then. How's that working out for you? Good stuff?
Awesome.
Is there any left?
Yeah.
Right, we'll try that. Well then. Oh, look at this! Look where it goes! Dave Kilbernicus. This is where it's at. That is where it's at. Just need some steak now to go with that. Try and zoom into that light. Try and make it focus. It's not going to focus, but it doesn't matter. Yeah, I saw some lights up at the downfall, and we noticed them again around about half an hour later. And I thought it was people just wandering around trying to find a level pitch. But we've just been relaxing. Amy's in the tent, I've been in the bivvy. And we heard the voices getting closer. So I got up to go and inspect, and I turned all the lights off. We got the lantern on in the tent, so we turned that off. So what I've been doing is I've just been lying in the bivvy in the doorway of the Zephyros, and as I was stood there in the pitch dark, there's a group of about 6 people. 3 went one side of me and 3 went the other, and they didn't see me. You've got the got a little lantern on the Zephyros just there. You can't really see it that well. So it's a little wind-up thing that doesn't really cast that much light until you give it a bit of a wind-up. But we're just by the Mermaid's pool, and you really are going to struggle to see anything now. But 2 of them had head torches, and the rest, I have no idea. They were trying to walk by the light of their phones. So they just come past me. They didn't see me or anything like that. They didn't see. I was stood there, and they literally passed within around about 30 metres of me. And because it's that dark, they can't see me at all. And they've just wandered off past Mermaid's pool down towards the reservoir now. They sounded like young kids, and I kept hearing them saying we've not got a clue where we're going, but I think they're heading towards like the light shimmering on the reservoir. So they're obviously people that have come up for a walk who got caught out. Oh well. Right, anyway, that's that for now. I'll see you in the morning. Good morning, and welcome to Kinder Scout, or more specifically, the bottom of Kinder Downfall and the side of Mermaid's Pool. So we had a remarkably good sleep actually last night. I spent the first part of the night just there, sleeping just in the doorway there, talking to Amy, and then I moved over to there. Just to keep the wind out of the face, I've got the Terra Nova Competition Tarp and the Discovery Bivvy. It's quite a good night's sleep actually, considering it's so blustery. Right, here we go again. So that's quite a good view of the downfall, although yes, I know you can't actually see the downfall, but we could last night and it's an excellent view. And the cloud is rolling up and across. It looks quite good. I've just been sat in the bivvy just watching the cloud move, so I thought that I should stick the GoPro down and get it to record some of the movements. So last night I did a quick video saying that we saw some lights at the top, just to the south of the downfall itself. We saw some lights up there last night around about 9 o'clock. So I didn't think anything of it. I just thought that they were looking for a flat place to pitch because they were going backwards and forwards and moving down the hill a little bit. But then about 10:30 we heard some voices again. But they were close this time. I could hear them talking up there, and lo and behold, there was two guys walking down the bottom there. One went that way and one came up this way, and there was three guys there and another two that had gone round the side. The two guys that were down in the valley had got head torches, but the ones that were walking across there were using the lights of the mobile phones to guide them. And I heard on numerous occasions that they were saying, "I've got no idea where we are." So they didn't know I was there. So what I did was, I got to see the rock over there. We were in total darkness pretty much, and I was sat on that rock. Three of them walked just around here. Came up there and walked down the side, and I was sat right there on that rock, and they didn't know I was there. Can you imagine the fright they would have had if I'd have turned my light on? That would have been absolutely hilarious. But I think what they were doing was they were trying to use the light bouncing off Mermaid's pool to be able to figure out which way to get home. And then after that, they headed down to the reservoir. Part of me wanted to help them and part of me didn't. And because I didn't want to make them jump, I didn't help them. Never mind. It was quite a nice morning. I was expecting to be in the clouds. The cloud is down to around about 600 metres, something like that. Just a little bit less. But I was expecting to be totally in the clouds when we woke up this morning. But I was quite surprised that we weren't. Okay, so we're going to get some breakfast going now and get a coffee going. That's the main priority. Okay. Time for a coffee. It's not a bad brew view. all packed up now. Amy's over there heading up the hill. There's Mermaid's pool. So the legend goes, now I've heard two different stories here, that if you're to come here on Midsummer Night's Eve or the first full moon of Easter, or spring, sorry, first full moon of spring, if you're to look into the pool on those particular nights, you'll see a mermaid or a nymph. And if you manage to catch a glimpse of the mermaid or the nymph, you'll be gifted eternal life, which would be great. But I've also heard a story that one man came up from Hayfield expecting to see the mermaid, and he was dragged off to his death in a cave nearby. So believe what you will. Okay, we're going to head straight up now and find the edge path and then walk along towards Sandy Haze. Right, let's do it. Welcome back again. So Amy decided that we weren't going to walk uphill. She decided that uphill's bad, downhill's good. So we've come down from Mermaid's Pool into the forest, and I've never actually set foot in here before, and it's quite a nice forest actually. Some nice grassy bits where you could bivvy if you didn't mind bivvying on a slope. Looks like someone else has had a similar sort of idea. I don't know, it doesn't look like a no, it doesn't look like a fire. But to be nice little steep descent now down to the River Kinder, where we'll get some more water, I think. What do you think? Yes. Follow these sheep trails down and I'll grab some more water. And then when we get down to the side of the reservoir, we'll pick up the path that runs around the edge. Right, join us further on as we head down. Right, we're down at the river now. We just come down through the forest there. And I've just noticed, just there, don't tell anyone, but it looks like there might be some nice wild camping areas or bushcraft areas, because there's lots of dead wood from the forest, there's a water source, and there's ample flat ground. So don't all come at once. Would this be it, the River Kinder? Amy's over there. And we're going to head down to the reservoir. This could end in tears. Almost. Right, we're back down at the road now, and this is the historic Bowden Bridge car park, and it's quite a significant spot because here on the 24th of April 1932, this is where Benny Rothman and about 100 others met to walk the mass trespass up onto Kinder, and at the bottom of William Clough is where they met the other landowners, and there was a bit of a scuffle. But it's widely recognised as the place, a significant place where the fight for the right to roam was begun. Right, so I'll say goodbye for now. I'll speak to you next time.